right, everybody, welcome to BO Boys for Sunday, August 17th. Fuck it, it's a raw feed. We're doing it live in studio. I'm Clayton.
And I'm the birthday boy, Pat. Guys, it is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I am a YouTuber. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
And in the comments below, drop a happy birthday, drop a best wishes, birthday wishes for what you want my next year to be. Because I think if you put it in the comments of a YouTube video, it's more likely to come true. It
comes true, yeah.
Yeah. If you are a podcaster with a birthday, you need birthday wishes in the comments.
Yeah.
In order for it to both come true and to boost your standing in the algorithm.
So you are a birthday boy in the traditional sense, not a member of the 10-plus comedy sketch group that was shepherded by Bob Odenkirk, one of the stars of one of the movies we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So you are not part of that expansive comedy troupe.
I am not. Do you think that all of the birthday boys went to see Nobody 2 this weekend?
No, because when you're looking at this box office, that it would be a million more.
Yeah, if every birthday boy, because I think that troupe was in the thousands.
Yeah.
The number of people who were on the IFC sketch troupe, the Birthday Boys, presented by Bob Odenkirk. If all of them went, this movie could have challenged for number one at the box office.
It would at least gotten to double digits.
Yeah.
But we'll get to this.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that's a failure of the studio to not correctly market to what should have been the main demo for Nobody 2, which was the cast of the Birthday Boys sketch show? Because if they had gotten all of them, huge hit.
Yeah.
And it's just a failure. They didn't buy the right digital advertising, the right billboards in the places where all of these birthday boys live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's going to be one of the reasons why we talk about Nobody 2 failing at the box office. But yes, I am a birthday boy in the more important sense.
In the traditional sense.
That it is the celebration of the day I was born.
Mm-hmm.
And just to show off real quick before we get to a plow, here is a birthday present that I was given by the nieces, who I will not name because anonymity is so important. Among several presents, Beetlejuice mug.
Mm-hmm.
The ghost of the most, because I am the uncle with the most, and they got me that. A Strokes album. They got me an album. Now I have to get a record player, but it's a good impetus to get a record player. So huge birthday haul already.
Yeah.
This weekend. I would say a better haul than the newbie at the box office. My haul was the best haul we had this weekend. So,
yes, I feel like Nobody 2 wished they would have gotten a Strokes album.
Yes. So, could you, as a first of what I'm sure will be many presents from you to me today, can you give me a birthday plow for the box office weekend of Friday, August 15, 2025?
Number one, Weapons made $25 million, down only 43%. It added 248 theaters. It's at $89 million in its second weekend.
89.
Number two, Freakier Friday made $14.5 million, down 49%. No theater change. It's at $54.7 million in its second weekend. Number three, a newbie, Nobody 2 made $9.2 million in its first frame. Number four, The Fantastic Four, First Steps made $8.8 million, down 44%. It lost 245 theaters. It's at $247 million in its fourth weekend of release. Number five, The Bad Guys 2 made $7.5 million, down 29%. It lost 480 theaters. It's at $57.2 million in its third weekend of release. And that is your top five.
Yeah, Fantastic Four at number 4 in its fourth weekend. Definitely something Disney did not ever expect was going to happen.
No.
They thought, I bet you they figured the movie comes out the last weekend in July. It is running the table for the rest of the summer.
Yeah.
They must have thought it will be number 1 for a month straight.
Yeah.
And here it is already at number 4. What a disgrace, that movie.
It's made way less than Superman, which is at 340.9.
0.9.
Got trounced by the dinos.
Yes. The dinos is not even close.
And, of course, Lilo and Stitch ate its lunch.
Yeah. It's in Brave New World territory. I mean, that is where we're at with Fantastic Four. Listen, we've talked.
Well,
this.
Brave
New World was what, 220 total domestic?
I don't
lower
think
than that, 205, 210-ish.
Uh-huh.
It's we could look it up.
Yeah.
But it feels almost gross at this point to see those numbers again, these Brave New World numbers. On my birthday, I don't want to go through that, to be honest. I don't want to look it up and see what Captain America Brave New World did.
Yeah.
I'll do that
Not
tomorrow.
on your birthday. Do it at midnight tonight.
Yeah.
12:01.
Yeah, then it's back to work, but not on my birthday. I can't look at these numbers. We're going to get into weapons, number one, and we're going to get into Nobody 2. Can I quickly give a boots on the ground report?
Sure.
Because I spent the weekend with my nieces and, movie high, showed them Billy Madison, showed them Tommy Boy, just religious experiences.
Yeah.
This 5-year-old, but especially the 8-year-old, lost their minds, life-changing things. Chris Farley, funniest person they've ever seen. I'm still not breaking the news to them because they were expecting.
Do they honestly not know?
They don't know. And
they think he lives on a farm.
They're expecting new movies from him. I've shown, especially again, the 8-year-old. It's been a few years of showing her Van Down by the River and his role in Pepper Boy, The Gap Girls, Lunch Ladyland. She loves the sketches. This weekend graduated to the movie, to Tommy Boy. And, of course, she's like, when's the next Farley movie coming out in the theaters?
She's going to be... So you
and
have
I can't
to
say anything.
You got to say something soon before you show her grown-ups. And she's like, why is Kevin James in this and not Chris Farley?
Yeah.
Did they have a falling out?
Right. Is that what's more heartbreaking, to say the truth of what actually happened to Farley, or to make up a lie and say him and Sandler had a falling out and that's why Kevin James is in these late-stage Sandler movies?
I think you just got to be honest, because Sandler is so loyal,
right?
That would be so against his nature.
Right.
I do think that they would smell a rat.
Yeah,
they would know that you were lying.
They would say he's dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just tell me he's dead.
Yeah. There's no way Sandler wouldn't put him into movies until the end of time. He must be dead. You lied to us.
No. They had a falling out. Sandler didn't want to put him. He's dead. Just tell me he's dead. Tell me he's dead. Yeah. So I do have to tell her, but we went to the theater yesterday and saw Freakier Friday 2 in theaters. And
of course, Jamie Lee Curtis, this generation's Farley.
Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis falling through a table is something she would do. I mean, the great.
You mean in real life or like on screen?
Both. In her reality show, she would fall through a table, and Podcast Jesus, not a fan of Jamie Lee Curtis. So I don't think he went to see Freakier Friday this weekend.
No.
But I did see it. Took the nieces and my mom. That was the four of us went to go see this movie in the same theater that I took my mom to see Oppenheimer, and we famously had the long discussion in the lobby with the old ladies after Oppenheimer. Saw Freakier Friday. The nieces had seen it for the first time in the last month. They had never seen it.
The original Freaky Friday.
The original Freaky Friday. Well, not the original Freaky Friday.
Well, no, sorry. The Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
Freaky Friday.
Not the. Is it Jodie Foster? Is she the original Freaky Friday?
Yes.
Right, because Haley Mills is the Parent Trap.
Yes. That's always the one that.
Yeah.
The way
you
I
want to say
that,
Haley Mills is both.
How do I remember that?
How?
Because Haley Mills is in Trap.
Is in Trap. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So they had just seen the Freaky Friday in which Lindsay Lohan is a teenager 2 weeks ago. And now they are seeing the sequel in which she is the age of their mom. And now Jamie Lee Curtis is the age of Granny.
That's a lot.
And it's a lot. It's an immediate, if you're a kid, such a giant time jump. We've lived through the aging of both of these actresses and ourselves. Yeah. We've all aged. But for these kids, that is within 2 weeks.
But more importantly, the actresses.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's within 2 weeks to go from Lindsay Lohan as a teenager to Lindsay Lohan is 40.
Yes.
And now Jamie Lee Curtis is Granny. That immediately is jarring, but they got acclimated eventually. Here's what I think is the problem of why, and this movie actually is doing well. It 49% drop, 14.5 million. It's at 54 million after 10 days. This is a success.
And I know
go to D+. And I'll get back to the boots on the ground, but let's get into these numbers.
What I know, this isn't this is a pure comedy, though.
It is a
Like,
pure
that's the
comedy.
thing,
It's a family comedy. Yeah. Yeah.
And that is a lot of dough for a comedy.
Yeah.
In just a pure comedy.
It's not a special effects movie.
Jamie Lee Curtis does not become a superhero in it.
You wouldn't say it's a horror genre comedy. This is not a horror comedy, Freakier Friday.
But I would have said it's body horror.
Right.
If Jamie Lee Curtis hadn't gotten her gut right with Activia. Because if you jump into the body of somebody who has bad gut flora, that is horrific.
So I would say the Activia commercials, that is horror genre. Freakier Friday is pure comedy.
Is pure comedy because she got the gut set right.
Yeah, yeah.
Because somebody who battles with that, it's not fun. There is body horror every day.
Yeah, I mean, because of what you battle through with your gut health, when we upload new episodes of the podcast, we do actually have to put a horror tag, body horror. Yeah, is one of the tags that Apple forces us to put every time we upload a BO Boys.
But guess what? It's hot now.
Yeah.
It's hot now. It's a hot genre.
It's been helping our ratings, for sure. But that is why we are a mixed genre show, because Clayton's physicality causes us to have to put body horror on Apple Podcasts. But saw this movie, and here's, I think, the issue with it, and we're not critics, but why maybe it's not going to break out in a giant way to mainstream audiences. This movie is confusing.
Okay.
Because do you actually know what the switch is in this movie? As someone who is never going to see this, are you aware of what the new switch is?
The little girl switch with the older women.
Yeah. So it's a little more complicated than that. It is Lindsay Lohan's character has a daughter. She's a single mom, and they leave it at that. How she got the kid, we don't know. Totally fine. She is a single mom. And then there is another kid in the high school that they are frenemies, or they just hate each other. Her daughter and this other teenage girl. And then Lindsay Lohan falls in love with that girl's dad, and they're going to get married. Time jump, they're going to get married. The two girls hate each other. And then the switch is Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis switch with the daughter and the daughter's friend, who's sort of going to be by marriage put into the family. So
will be the stepsister.
Be the stepsister, but they're not really close in that way. And so Lindsay Lohan and her daughter switch, which, great. That makes sense. But then Jamie Lee Curtis at the same time just switches with this other teenager in the high school.
Like almost a stranger. Not really a stranger, but like...
To each other, they are strangers. To each other, they don't have that. So I think that is the problem. And the fact that it's double switch in the same movie. At every point in the movie, you're kind of always retracking
who's who.
And you don't have that problem when it's a single switch, and usually the two characters who switch are looking at each other. Mm-hmm. Because in this movie, it's mostly Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan together, but they haven't switched with each other. They've switched with two other people who are not on screen in most of the scenes that they're in. So you're always trying to remember, like, wait, what is the person like who's in Jamie Lee Curtis now? And I think that is the problem with this movie, is that it's too confusing. If I'm slightly confused, and we all know what my IQ score is, off the charts.
Oh.
We all know. I mean, leave in the comments below, guess if you could guess how high mine is. But we know it's up there. And if I'm having a little bit of trouble, think of the Earth Dogs, think of the Plain Billies, think of the Stax Dwellers. They're really having problems mapping who switched with who at any given moment.
Yeah.
And you don't want to go to a movie like this to just be confused.
But then when they interact, it's Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis are the two frenemies.
Yes.
And so they have to get along. And then the two girls are the mom and are are Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan, so they're getting along, right?
They're kind of just getting along and don't really matter.
Okay.
And it is that relationship, but you kind of don't care because you want to be looking at the two people who switch.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of a switch movie, is that the two people who have the relationship switched with each other.
Yeah.
Not that they just switched with random other people.
Yeah.
And I think that is the mistake this movie made, is there should have been a simpler switch.
Yeah.
Can I give you just my pitch of what I think would have been a better box office version of this switch?
Sure, but we're not screenwriters, huh?
We're not screenwriters, but I think just from the box office, I think this would have worked better.
Okay, you're looking at the business side.
I'm looking at the business side. I'm not trying to fix this from a,
wannabe screenwriter. I'm looking at dollars and cents. What could have played better? What could have worked better in the promotion? So, first of all, you get rid of this friend. The other teenage girl, she's out of the movie, gone. You got Lindsay Lohan. You got Jamie Lee Curtis. Lindsay Lohan is the daughter. The family also has a dog. And you do this, Lindsay Lohan and her daughter, they could switch. That's great. Mother-daughter switch. And then the other switch is Jamie Lee Curtis switches with the family dog. Okay.
And that is your double switch.
So it's still a double switch.
It's still a double switch. I mean, I think they were in a corner.
You can't just have them switch again.
It's either you have them switch again,
which you
could have done. That would have been the simplest, straightforward way. It's happening again,
and just remind them of what the lessons that they had forgotten.
Yes.
Over all these years.
Yes, and new lessons, and you. I guess the thing that they loved is teenager switching with an adult is a dramatic switch, whereas middle-aged woman switching with old woman. Does that feel as dramatic of a life change? A 40-year-old switching with a 80-year-old, 90-year-old, whatever Jamie Lee Curtis
90.
Is that as dramatic of a change, or are their lives kind of the same?
Yeah.
So I get why they didn't want to do that, but you switch the mother and daughter, great, and then you've got Jamie Lee Curtis playing the character of the soul of a dog in her.
Okay.
And she's barking the whole movie.
But she doesn't do the talking thing.
No, because the dog's soul cannot speak.
Okay.
So Jamie Lee Curtis is hands and feet, she's hands and knees crawling around, barking.
Yeah.
And then the dog has Jamie Lee Curtis's soul in the dog, but a dog can't physically speak, so that the dog is also just barking.
Yeah.
Even though Jamie Lee Curtis is like trapped. Her mind could understand speech, but she can't speak it.
Okay.
And so I think that plays better in the Heartland. Now you're from the sticks. You're what some would say a bumblefuck. Some would say that. It's been written.
Some.
What do you think of that box office wise? Do you think the people from the hick town that you came from would have gravitated more towards if Jamie Lee Curtis had switched with a dog?
Well, you see, you act as if people on the coast don't have dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm tripping over dogs.
Right.
Right. So I do think box office wise, yeah.
Right.
I think it's a better fit for the whole country.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. I agree. I mean, listen, go around Brooklyn. And every bar you go into, people have got their dogs on the floor.
Yeah.
They got their dogs and they got their strollers with them.
Oh, yeah.
And if you were saying, hey, in this movie, Jamie Lee Curtis switches with a dog, they would look at their dog and be like, my dog is the most important thing in my life.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Absolutely.
And then you got in the stacks, people got their hunting dogs with them. Working dogs, and so they are also dog people in a different way. I think that would have worked better. I think you could have added 20% if instead of a teenage girl, Jamie Lee Curtis's character switched with a dog.
And then, do we see Jamie Lee Curtis go to the bathroom?
Yeah. So when I posed this, because I did pose this to my 8-year-old niece afterwards, I posed her, what if? What do you think?
Okay.
And I posed her the idea of Jamie Lee Curtis switching with a dog. She had some reservations, and she went right to that.
Of course.
Which was, so does the granny pee on the floor?
Yeah.
And I said yes.
Okay.
And more.
And more.
And more.
That's the plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's and then she's like, she was both laughing but also kind of disturbed by who's picking it up. That was her big question. And I was like, listen, and I'm not going to say her name because of anonymity, but I was like,
so important.
Pretend you're a studio executive.
Yeah.
She didn't know what that meant. I said, just go with it. You're a
Just think of a guy in a suit who's so scared to lose their job that they never make a bold, creative decision.
Got it. That was what she said when I explained it that way. She said, got it. And I said, the dog, Granny's going to be a dog. And that was her big thing, is who's picking up after it. It goes to the bathroom on the floor. And I said, that's the mom who's got the body of the teenager. So the grandchild is now picking up the excrement that comes out of the body of her granny.
Yeah.
Who has the soul of a dog inside of her.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's the dramatic tension, the comedic tension of you've got this granddaughter who's got to clean up the mess that her grandmother has made on the floor because she's got the soul of a dog in her.
Well, it's about generation. I mean, it's sort of what Weapons is a little bit about as well. If you if you want to read into Weapons, is just like the older generation creating messes for the younger generation, and that's what that is. And I think that would resonate, especially with Gen Zers who feel that way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's okay, Boomer. I mean, that you could have.
We're still cleaning up the boomers' poopy.
Right. It's all a metaphor for the collapse of Social Security and all the social programs and what they did to the real estate market. And it's all right there.
And the ozone.
And the ozone
Nobody
layer.
wants to say it.
Yeah.
I'm the only guy who talks about the ozone layer. Okay.
Yeah.
Did we forget?
Yeah.
Does it not exist?
This guy remembers the ozone. This guy remembers what that generation, the boomers, have done to the ozone. With
their hairspray.
With their hairspray. With their Aquanet. I mean, they were the Aquanet generation. There was the me generation and the Aquanet generation. Mm-hmm. And they were out there, Drew Carey opening the door, just spraying it. Where's this global warming? And they did it. And it's laid bare in what should have been the version of Freakier Friday, where Jamie Lee Curtis, the soul of a dog, is pooping all over the floor, and her granddaughter in the body of her mom is cleaning it up. And it's all a metaphor for what the boomers have done to us. Mm-hmm. And I think you're right. It resonates in the heartland because they love anything with a dog, and it resonates on the coast because, okay, boomer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that version of Freakier Friday, even though this version is doing well and it showed that it should have been in theaters instead of D+, this version's at 54.7 million. That version is probably at 75, 80 million right now.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. It would have given Weapons a run for its money.
Yeah. Weapons, I mean, let's just touch on this quickly. 25 million second weekend, down 43%, at 89 after 2 weeks.
I mean, this is great. Its days were amazing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The it didn't hold as well as something like, Get Out or Sinners.
Sinners dropped 5% second weekend. That is unreal.
I think it was 15 or something, wasn't it?
I think it might have been 5%.
Anyway, I mean but listen, this thing, I mean, also this opened way bigger than expected as well. Mm. And then it held better than Final Destination Bloodline.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Some of the other horror movies that have come out.
Mm-hmm.
This is still going to just do Buffa Bobo into the fall. Yeah. Because people are very excited about this movie. It's all anybody's talking about online, it feels like, when you're talking about movies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We talked about it with Kirk last weekend that 5%. Second weekend of Sinners was a 5%.
It was a 5% drop. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wait, was it Get Out that was 15?
Maybe Get Out was 15.
Okay.
Yeah. Zach Kreger is a movie star director. Here's one thing I did think about.
Yeah, Get Out was 15. I'm sorry. That was my confusion.
In the wake of the great observation by Podcast Jesus that directors are the new movie stars. They've replaced actors as the people that bring butts to the seats. The one problem is movie stars used to be able to make 2 movies a year sometimes, at least a movie a year. You know, Tom Cruise in the 90s probably has a dozen movies, Tom Hanks. Zach Kreger is going to make a movie every 3 years if we're lucky. You know, Jordan Peele every 1 to 4 years. Nolan's kind of on it every 3 years. Movie star directors just can't crank out the hits the way movie star actors used to.
Yeah, but you got to schedule. There has to be a scheduling where you're always getting these big marquee directors a year. But I know what you mean. It's just
still not as many.
Can't be.
It's not the volume. And then when you got the Tarantinos who may never make another movie again.
I know.
That's the problem for theaters. If Zach Kreger could do a movie a year, or Tarantino could ever do another movie again, then fine. Who cares about actors, the directors, or the stars? But we're not getting another Weapons movie next year. We're getting, his next movie is probably coming out 2027.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. But Weapons is just a phenomenon.
Yeah.
And does Weapons do anything for any of the actors? Does Josh Brolin is kind of just cemented as he's a guy?
Yeah. I don't think it bumps him up anymore, but it definitely keeps him at a guy who's going to be in big movies.
Yeah.
It's
like the next Jurassic Park movie, when they're looking for that level of star, where now it's like the dinos are the stars, but we need big famous actors to make everyone know this is a big effing deal. Brolin. Josh Brolin should be the star of the next Jurassic movie.
Yeah.
And people would know, oh, the dinos are still a huge deal because Brolin is going to be hanging out with the dinos.
I think this is big for Garner because this is one of her biggest... this is her biggest mainstream hit.
Yeah. Bigger than Wolfman, you would say?
Wolfman, did not do as well. Bigger than that, and nobody's going to remember she was in Silver Surfer, like in Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer. Like, that's going to be a footnote in her career. She got the paycheck, which is fine.
Yep.
Hopefully they don't rope her into another movie. I don't know what her contract was, but
God, I hope she probably had to sign some kind of like 5-movie deal.
Yeah.
Here's what I hope for
she's
Julia.
on the hopefully she's not on the MCU boat the way that Miss Flo is, where she's going to be swabbing the deck for 1,000 years or a million years.
Yeah.
Those MCU contracts are like Scientology at this point.
Yeah. I hope Julia Garner filmed all of the scenes for the next 10 Marvel movies that she's contractually obligated to be in. And like when they had her in the green screen warehouse, they filmed her scenes for Fantastic Four First Steps. Then the Pizza Bros came in and, you basically just roll these directors in on a conveyor belt. Yeah. So she stands in front of the green screen.
And you're like, you're going to get farted on by Deadpool.
Right. So you roll in that director, then conveyor belt rolls in the Pizza Bros, and they're like, okay, now we're shooting your scene for Doomsday, and you're going to be in a multiverse, and then she has to say whatever gibberish she says.
Yeah, over there is Doctor Strange, and then over that way is a Valkyrie, and then,
Right. So I hopefully they just knocked her stuff out in a week and just conveyor belted in all those terrible directors that they have.
Yeah.
So that's Weapons. I mean, let's talk about Nobody too.
I nailed this. I said 9.
You said 9. I think I might have said 7.
You went low.
I went low, but we both went under the tracking, right? This had to be tracking in double digits.
I think it was like 10 to 15 they were hoping for.
So under the low end of the tracking on this, it is. I don't know why anyone would have expected more from this movie. I don't think this movie really created some kind of like big fandom post it coming out. I think it was like a nice surprise when it happened.
Yeah.
it was a movie that people were happy to have at the time, but I don't think this movie became some kind of cult followed movie.
No, I mean, to use an example that's been used multiple places, but the John Wick phenomenon, where it was like, that was a movie that came out and did okay, found a lot of love in streaming, at home, places like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was this built up want for a sequel.
Right.
Nobody never did that.
Never.
Nobody was never a movie that everybody watched on streaming. I don't know if it ever had that like Netflix like bump.
Sure, people watched it. But,
yeah.
The bus scene is great, but I don't think this was ever a you got to see this shit type of movie with anyone.
The promotion's been out there. I mean, I've seen Bob doing stuff for GQ and Esquire and all these. But he's watched all his old stuff. He's talking about it. He's out there promoting it. I mean, he is promoting this movie. It's also, I've seen multiple commercials, so it's not a promotion issue.
So he watched the Manson sketch.
He did watch the Manson.
He did.
No, he absolutely did comment on the Manson sketch.
See, I would have went to a theater just to see that GQ video where Bob Odenkirk looks back at the Manson as Lassie parody.
Now, I don't remember if that's the GQ episode or not. I think it's like him answering internet questions. I can't get these.
Is Random Roll still around for the AV Club?
No, I wish.
Yeah, the AV Club is fully AI at this point, right?
Yeah. Well, they've tried to reclaim it with some old people from the last go around, but that's
but they're all lobotomized anyway.
Yeah, they've been lobotomized. It's all dead.
Yeah,
and the promotion was there. I mean, I sent you a picture of a taxi.
Mm-hmm.
Past fill-in co-host and past and future guest, Erin.
Yeah. Rose Foley Chan. Yeah. We say her full name because anonymity is not that important.
It's not. No. Yeah. She's trying to get out there.
Yeah. And, representation is important, but not anonymity.
And I sent a picture and it had a nobody little billboard on the top of the taxis. If you're from the middle of the country, if you've never seen a taxi before, sometimes they have ads on the top of it.
Right.
I texted a very funny joke where I said this car is a Hutchback because of course the name of the character
Hutch
he plays
is
Hutch. It's at the back of the taxi, but also the joke on the tagline, which is Hutch is back.
Yeah.
There's multiple levels to this.
Yeah. And we responded by tagging haha to it.
Because you knew I was really proud of it and you knew I was expecting it, and that was all I needed.
Yeah.
So it's out there.
It's out there.
He's on taxis.
Yeah, and again, when we say we expected this to be under the tracking and it all makes sense that this movie is underperforming or not going to perform that well. We love Bob Odenkirk. We are in the bag for Bob Odenkirk. And I think the first movie is a great twist of you're getting this guy in the unexpected genre, and that's kind of what the movie is about.
Yes.
But once you get to a sequel, then you're expecting that people want this person in this type of genre in perpetuity.
Yes.
They don't want a play on the genre a second time. Now the thing is, our audience is looking at this guy as an action star.
Yeah.
And I don't think the public ever wanted him as an action star. I mean, we want Bob Odenkirk movies every year where he is writing and starring in a comedy.
Yeah.
And I think the fans of his who are watching 18-minute videos where he's looking back at Mr. Show sketches want him in a comedy movie.
But Pat, this is how you get a comedy made. That's the thing. He knows that's how you get comedies made. You don't think he's pitched pure comedy movies with himself as the lead? Of course he has.
Of course. Listen, we both, before we knew each other, separately went to go see the Mr. Show live tour, where the live tour were the sketches that they had previously pitched as a movie.
Yes.
That had gotten rejected. So if anyone knows about Bob Odenkirk trying to get comedies made in the last 30 years, it's the B.O. Boys.
Yes.
We went to a tour composed of a failed screenplay, basically. Yes. So we know. Mm-hmm. And I get that. But sometimes when you're doing this sneaking comedy into another genre situation, which is just what you have to do nowadays, because you can't just make a Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
It's not going to be comedy enough to get that audience, and the action fans don't want Bob Odenkirk as their action star. They're not buying it. And I think it's the problem of sort of sneaky genre stuff.
Yeah.
Of who is this truly satisfying?
Yeah. I mean, we speaking of Erin, loved this movie.
She did.
Yeah, and now I'm excited. Not that I wasn't excited to see it before, but I'm excited to see it again because I was hoping that it would be a notch bullet train level of comedy, and it's not. From
not that, because you hate bullet train style movies. This is not that.
This is not that. So I'm excited to see this. Obviously, we love Bob and we want to support Bob, so we would see it. But I do agree. I think the thing is, the people who this did probably skew for an older crowd,
Yep.
you know, and they haven't really come back to the movies unless it's a big movie like Maverick. They didn't even come back for F1. Like some of them did, but not everybody.
Yeah, that movie didn't turn into Maverick for sure.
And if any movie this summer was going to get all those people back, it would have been F1.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you have that. And then you have, like I said last episode, this watering down of this genre with the same, this factory that's become almost like an MCU factory, but with less actual money gains.
Mm-hmm.
You see these sort of action type movies from the same production company.
47 North.
47 North, everywhere. Like I said, they're dotting the streamers. When they go to theaters, they don't seem special.
Okay.
This is going to do Bafo Streamo.
Well, yeah,
but and the budget is low, so that's fine.
Yeah, in the end, this is probably a big success because, and listen, thank God it went to movie theaters because it gets that, even if that 9 is under the projections, it's 9 million that theaters got this weekend because the movie came out in theaters and didn't go straight to the cock or go straight to the plus or any of those streamers. It came out in theaters. It made its 9. It'll end up probably maybe trudging to 20 million total, though I think it'll come under that. But it's going to make some theater money. And then because of this, it got a real promotion because Bob went on the YouTube sites and talked about his Mr. Show sketches and Better Call Saul episodes. It'll be a big PVOD hit. It'll do numbers on the cock. It'll do numbers on Netflix because it went to theaters. So, I mean, on one end, it underperformed. On the other end, thank God it wasn't just a Crapple TV pus drop.
It didn't. Yeah, that's the thing. It didn't get lost in the shuffle like the last Cena movie that was just on whatever streamer it was on. The Wahlberg movie.
Yes.
The Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson and Keke Palmer movie.
Don't speak that into the world. A Eddie Murphy, Pete Holmes movie.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that is a terrifying. That's at a point where I know Eddie.
Would he say keep it crispy?
Oh, would he make Eddie say it?
He'd make. Would Eddie say it though? Would Eddie say keep it crispy?
Oh, and listen, I know Eddie Murphy is not where he was Beverly Hills Cop days. I know.
Has Eddie read Ram Dass?
Look. Falling star.
Oh,
I know that.
Yeah,
but to end up, is that star fallen so far down that Eddie Murphy's in a movie with Pete Holmes? That's the point where, I know he's only surrounded by yes men, so no one's going to tell him otherwise. But the people in the Eddie Murphy entourage. That's when you pull him aside and you say, Eddie, we gotta stop this. You just were in a movie with Pete Holmes. You said keep it crispy.
Yeah.
It's time, Eddie. We have to retire. And no one's gonna want to do that because he's the money train.
Yeah.
But but it was Pete Davidson that he starred.
Pete Davidson.
Not Pete Holmes.
Yeah.
I think that was an Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody 2 is on a higher level than all of those streamer action comedies because it came out in theaters this weekend. So it'll be I would assume the people who made this movie and put up money for this movie will be glad that they did it when all said and done. But they're not going to be like overjoyed.
Yes.
After this is over. But they'll be made whole. They'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get to go to what's left of Vegas and have a good time after they collect.
And I know the box office was under $100 million this weekend, but there are things to see. That's the thing where this didn't have a chance to be the thing that people saw just because nothing else was out.
Yes.
Because Weapons was in its second weekend.
Yes.
And doing Bafa Bobo. And then you had Freakier Friday, which people were getting to.
Yeah.
I mean, you had options here.
Yeah. Yeah. Your Naked Gun is still.
Your Naked Gun.
And here's the thing. We're in August now.
Yeah.
And to me, the movie that sums up August is Airheads. To me, August at the theaters, that's Airheads time. That's when you're throwing a lot of stuff out there that has some name value, but it ain't coming out in June. It ain't coming out July. It's coming out in August.
Yeah.
And Nobody 2 is a good August movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's Dick. It's a good August movie.
Yeah.
Though I think Dick maybe did come out the very end of July.
Yeah.
But
I don't remember.
Yeah. Basketball. Right? Basketball might have been on. No, Basketball is probably a huge.
No, they tried.
They tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, Airheads to me that's the prototypical August studio movie, and Nobody 2 it fits at that level.
Yeah.
So coming out of this, I mean, do we think? And I know there is another Bob Odenkirk action movie that is slated sometime in the next year. Do we think this is still a regular thing, like Odenkirk in the Hutch mode of low-key action with a wink guys, that this will continue coming out of this? They're not going to just make his old Mr. Show sketch comedy. There's no Hooray for America movie coming.
I don't know. I don't know if we get a Nobody 3.
Right. Probably not. Hutch is back, but Hutch is kind of done after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Hutch is back again.
Yes. You don't think we see a taxi cab ad, Hutch is back again?
No.
Yeah. And I hope that it's not Hutch is back again on Prime. Like either Hutch is back again and it's Nobody 3 in theaters and they understand that'll open at 4 million and the money the math will work out, or they don't do it at all. I don't want to see Hutch is back again only on Paramount Plus.
No.
Just it's either theater or nothing with this.
Yeah.
Don't just we need to make one more to close out the trilogy and it's going straight on the cock.
Yeah. I think it's theatrical or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And was there anyone else in this movie that mattered for this? I mean, Sharon Stone, we said, is in this movie. Who was that?
Hubba Hubba.
Hubba, yes. Hubba Hubba. Yes. And I guess this doesn't change anything for Sharon Stone, where she's at as a movie star.
No, she comes in. She's the big villain. People seem to like that, and she does only what she needs to do. I'm
gonna throw a role reversal at you, and you tell me if this. And this isn't someone switching with a dog. That's not like my thing. That's just the Freakier Friday.
Are you sure? Okay.
But it's not my thing. Switching with a dog, especially on my birthday, don't try and say that that's Pat's thing.
Well, are you about to talk about doing a movie where Sharon Stone switches with a dog?
I'm not. But that exists, right? She has done that or no?
No, I don't think so.
I'm not trying to say Sharon Stone.
Not even in her pre-fame, she'd never switched with a dog.
Not even when she was doing Seagal movies, she never did a dog.
No, I don't think so.
My switch here is if you had done a role reversal, if Sharon Stone had been the co-lead in the Naked Gun remake and Pamela Anderson had been in Nobody 2, does that change anything on the box office of either of those movies, or is it both exactly the same?
Wow, that's a great question.
Sharon Stone in Naked Gun 2, does that make that a bigger movie? Part of me feels like it does.
Maybe, yeah, because Sharon Stone means so much
in
a movie role
more
than Pamela Anderson does.
Yeah.
Although no, Pamela Anderson is. There is a contingent of people that have followed her sort of resurgence in her reclamation tour
She
more so than Sharon Stone's, which Sharon Stone sort of isn't in the public consciousness. Pamela Anderson had a Golden Globe nomination.
right, and she had the Pamela and Tommy streaming series and the sort of like, you know,
She had the book, she had a memoir, and she had the documentary. So
Yeah.
I think it definitely. I disagree now. I walk that back. I do think that Pamela Anderson being in Naked Gun is bigger than if Sharon Stone would have been in Naked Gun.
Okay, and if that role reversal had happened, do we think that right now Liam Neeson is dating Sharon Stone?
It's possible.
Or is Sharon Stone married to like the owner of Revlon? I always forget if she's married to a French billionaire.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
Um,
I never look for a ring.
yeah, you don't want to see it. You just don't want to know.
I never look for a ring.
Wow. I mean, drop that in the comments.
Don't matter to me.
You
That's
could-
your business.
So
not
right
mine.
now, you know, I'm sure our video was just happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Here's what I want for you this year. Happy birthday wishes. Just
And then you
millions
also
and millions
asked
of
for
that.
something else about dogs. Like, who would you switch? Like,
Oh, yeah, and
what
also-
one would you switch into a dog's body?
who would you switch? What dog switch do you want to see? So there's also.
But I think it was
those
specifically
comments.
women.
No, just people with dogs. No, It's
Okay.
not my thing. Switching women with dogs is not
Okay.
my thing. So you've got
I
all
was
those
confused.
comments.
It felt like it was your thing, though.
The dog switch, not on my birthday. We're not getting that started as my thing. So
Okay.
you got the dog switches, you got happy birthdays, and then you got all these comments of saying, "Hey Clayton, I've got a ring. I don't got a ring." And those comments you won't even read because you don't care.
Don't matter to me.
Wow.
All the same to me.
Wow. That's huge news that you don't even look. So, yeah, I wonder if that role reversal would have changed the box office. Probably not. Would have changed Liam Neeson's relationship status. That is to be determined, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So then, okay, if you think Pamela Anderson is the bigger box office attraction right now, if it had been Pamela Anderson instead of Sharon Stone in Nobody 2, does that get that movie into double digits opening weekend?
I couldn't see Pamela Anderson playing a villain the way Sharon Stone does. I just feel like she's too likable to do that. Like, I don't think that would be her thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she'd be miscast. I think Pamela Anderson was like really well cast in Naked Gun,
Okay.
and I don't think she'd be as well cast in this.
Okay. So you think they're both right where they should be?
I think I know you want to swap everything, especially women with dogs, but
Well-
I feel like this is
That's
where
not my
these
thing.
women belong.
Okay. Okay. Last switch then.
Okay.
If, let's say, for whatever reason, Jamie Lee Curtis was like, I'm not coming back to the Freaky Friday franchise. I did that. I enjoyed my time there, but I've won an Oscar. I've won guest Emmys for The Bear in the guest in a comedy category.
Did she win an Emmy?
I think she did.
Oh.
I think she did. That's the rumor going around, is that she won an Emmy for guest in a comedy series for The Bear. And she said, I did that. I'm not coming back to the Freaky Friday series. So they recast the role, Jamie Lee Curtis's role in Freaky Friday, with Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
And they also did what they should have done in the script, which is had that character switch with a dog instead of
All
a
right, here we go.
teenager.
All right. Not your thing, though.
Not my thing.
Okay.
I'm posed. I know it's the second version of this I'm posing in one episode, but it is not my thing.
Okay.
Especially on my birthday, it is not my thing. That scenario where it's now Pamela Anderson has taken the role that is vacated by Jamie Lee Curtis and her character switches with a dog. Is Freakier Friday already at 100 million domestic?
No, because I feel like, you use your nieces as an example, and of course we're not going to name them because anonymity is so important.
So important.
They were expecting, they were already hit in the face by Lindsay Lohan going from a teenager to the age that their mom is.
Yeah.
Imagine having to explain Pamela Anderson being in this movie to them.
Right.
Like,
but she's playing the same character that she's playing that character from the first one. And 10 minutes into the movie, I actually think it should happen sooner. I think within 5 minutes, she changes with a dog. You think they'd be a little confused by that? It's the same character. It's a new actress who you've never seen before because she's mostly famous from Baywatch and a leaked tape.
Yeah.
And now she's taken over the role, and within, honestly, during the credit montage, she switches with the dog.
It's a cartoon. It's like a cartoon credits.
Yes.
Where they just show the body switch.
Yes. Yeah. In the cartoon style, Fritz the Cat.
Yeah. The Fritz the Cat style,
Yeah.
which is really popular with the kids. I do think it'd be too confusing for young people and the people who are nostalgic for that. There is love for Jamie Lee Curtis there.
Okay.
And so I don't think
the love for Jamie Lee Curtis outweighs the resurgence of Pamela Anderson and introducing that her character switches with the soul of a dog.
In that role specifically, I do think Jamie Lee Curtis, her absence would have scuttled the movie.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, I tend to disagree, and I'm not disagreeing because that's my thing.
Okay.
Especially today on my birthday, we're not starting that is Pat's thing. But I do think that's a more commercial film.
Replacing the lead actress
with a different actress.
And then switching her into a dog's body.
During the credits in an animated sequence.
I agree with the credits thing.
Yeah. That's a no-brainer. Reach across the aisle, we agree.
Yeah.
Style of Fritz the Cat cartoon.
Yeah.
That's the opening animation for Freakier Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is why we do need to develop a B.O. Boy supercomputer that could run all of these simulations in real time and give us exact, data on box office on how this would have turned out.
Mm-hmm.
It's something for Christopher to fiddle with. I don't think that's really his field, is creating a supercomputer that could run all these kind of box office.
It would get him out of med school for sure. If he created that technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's someone he's meeting in med school who could join the team and help with that. But yeah, we do have to get on that. We need some VC funding. And I think that is a multi-billion-dollar idea right there. So, email us, theboboyspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you think of switching Jamie Lee Curtis with Pamela Anderson in that role and then switching the character with the soul of a dog, and whether that would have been a bigger box office hit. Hit us up.
And if you have another actress that you would cast in that role, let us know.
Yeah.
Because Pat would also like to see them in a dog's body.
Not my thing. I'm just talking about, would that have made Freakier Friday a bigger box office hit? But it's not my thing.
Did you get a text from Todd Phillips for your birthday? Your boy from way back?
Not my boy from way back.
So he didn't text you?
He did not text me that, and he did not text me that this is his idea because I know it's your thing because I'm your boy from way back. He did not send me that. So
he might text you now after he watches this.
I do have 4 unread texts that I'm not gonna hit it now because I don't want to know.
Okay.
But the boboyspodcast@gmail.com. Of course, subscribe to the Substack. Subscribe to the YouTube channel because we are YouTubers. Hey guys. And comments below. Happy birthday.
Woman you'd like to be in dogs' bodies.
Not my thing. And of course, give us a Ring update. Clayton will not read those comments because he doesn't care.
I don't care.
So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on social media at the BO Boys Pod, Instagram, TikTok. Wannabe OVP of Interns Christopher, killing it with the vertical clips, and we got to get him out of med school. So if you've got an entry-level media job, hit us up, and he will do it.
Yeah.
He will move to wherever. He will do whatever.
Whatever.
As long as it's in the quote-unquote field of media.
Yeah.
So follow us on social media, 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. That is it. It's time for me to go really celebrate my birthday.
Pat.
So I got to get out of here. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Finally. I finished.
Great.
You've said it all.
All right.
There's nothing left to be said.
All right. I could leave now.
Except for, until next time, we'll
smell you at the box office. Nailed it. Hey, guys.